right now.
Let me just reload it. Let's see.
Hey Jason, how's it going, man?
I don't want it frozen.
I'm gonna make a tower defense game. I already tried to make one earlier, and I mean I did make it. Just too many mistakes to be useful. So going back through with what I've learned, we're gonna make this fast, as long as everything's good here. Looks like it's freezing too bad though. I just want to make sure that it's not frozen. Okay. To me, it looks like it's not frozen anymore. So I'm gonna go for it. All right, let's go. Let's make a new scene. Blank scene. All right, cool. All right. So we have some assets that we're going to use. All right. My computer is taking a crap on itself right now. Thank you for watching, Jason. That's awesome. All right, let's import this forest low poly tune battle arena that I got here. The thing with these come with some scripts on them, and I want to make the scripts. I don't know about their scripts. I haven't tried them. They're probably great. So if you want a pre-built tower defense game, you might as well try to get one of these. It's okay, cool. Was the audio not working? Okay, it is working. All right, all right, all right, cool. All right, cool. All right, awesome. And then I also got this goblin and cannon. I think this is the one that comes with the scripts. All right, so I'm gonna import these ones here. And let's get this going. I need to get some kind of a new video card. There's something wrong with my motherboard that it only takes half the RAM. Half the RAM is not even active. So that's also a big deal. All right, so this forest pack, what is they want you to change the script from main text to base something. Here, let's go look. Asset store. They want you to use, because I'm using URP for some reason. Huh. What is it? It's like the forest pack. There's probably a way I can look at my assets, right? Forest pack. It's a free asset. And let's see what they got. It was, let's see, forest pack, tower defense. It should just dense tower defense. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so they want you to change the base map. So an easy fix, not an issue. Just to get this all going, because the material mover. I don't even think I need the material mover though, because I had to make my materials last time. So, all right, base map here. All right. First things first, we need a ground. And we need some towers to defend. We'll just do one tower to defend. So let's make the ground first. All right, easy. Cube, call it ground. All right, and we'll set it at 0. And we'll make it like, let's, what, 50, nope, let's do 25 by 100, or whatever. Should be good. Long tower defense area will be good right there. We need a tower, which will be in Orange Skies Forest Pack, prefab, and we'll call it, do they have castle or something here? Let's turn this up here. Wow, looks great. Looks great, orange sky. No, I know it's my fault. All right, models, and we want the tower. Let's do this one here. All right, so we got our little tower there. We got a long stretch of whatever that is. All right, he's got his textures here too. So we'll just use his, or he's got materials actually. So let's use his materials, color palette red. That's what it was. Color palette red here. Looks great. Now let's change the texture on it and the material itself to be URP. Lit. And let's get lit. We'll do this here. And the normal, whatever. There we go. Looks great. Let's get rid of the normal. I like it unlit. I like it like that. What? We might even use unlit here. Let's see what happens when we use unlit. Let's see how it looks. Looks bad. All right, of course. Why would it look good unlit? All right, looks good lit. All right. So we got ourselves that. Let's do a grass texture here. I have a grass texture that I did in my last game here that we can just use to make the grass good. What is it? Assets here, and we'll do art. We got these grass textures here, grass text. Pop that in here. Alright, let's do, pop that here. Alright, so we got this one, and this is normal, so let's do normal map, and we'll turn it grayscale, make it small. Looks good. Apply that, and let's just do this. Alright, we're just trying to set up this initial spot here, no problem here. We're getting that. Let's make the grass look a little bit better. Alright, now it looks good. Very grassy. Alright, what do we need? We need an enemy. So let's get an enemy from Tower Defense V Squad. We'll do his prefab here. We'll use his characters. Goblin here. We got the goblin test. Simple fix here with this goblin is just got to change this from legacy shaders to URP lit, and then go to textures, characters, goblin, and pop that on the goblin here. Come on, goblin. I think we could even make it into a normal map, make the goblin look really weird. But I think that's good enough. Looks good. Alright, now what I want to do is I'm going to get rid of this guy's collider and get his script off. I don't want any of this guy's scripts because I don't know how they work. I haven't taken the time. We're going to go start fresh. So I'm going to make another one. We'll call it enemy. Enemy T. Enemy. Pop this goblin in here. And we will center him. Alright, cool. Now we got this goblin centered. Let's put a sphere collider on him. And we'll do like what, 0.5 and like 0.8 or something like that. I think 0.5, 0.5 is good. Hits him right on the target here. Alright, so we got a goblin. We'll rotate the goblin 180. No, we need to rotate everything 180 if we do. Let's just rotate this enemy 180 so it looks like it's looking at us. Looks good. Alright, so we got the enemy. Let's do, what else do we need set up before we do this whole thing? So we got this tower here. We'll call this, we'll make a player object here just to organize a little bit. So we got the, let's move the player to where the tower is before we mess everything up. Alright, player's here. Now the tower is the player. Alright, and then needs a cannon so we can do some kind of gun here. Let's do, it's in one of these folders here. Orange, no, is it Tower Defense V Squad? We got the prefab of the cannon, and we'll just do the same thing with the textures here. So we'll get rid of this nonsense there. What I really just want is the cannon mesh. So let's see, we got this cannon pivot. I'm going to take this out and call this the cannon. So let's unpack this prefab, take out this cannon, his shoot area. I'm gonna make a new one. We'll call this cannon. Let's give it a universal lit and put in the HM cannon stuff. Alright, so this is just that, which is exactly what I want. Alright, cool. And the base is, this is the cannonball. Alright, cool. So this is, we'll call this cannonball. We'll get that out of there. We don't need that there. Alright, and this is the cannon base. Alright, and this is zone 1, whatever that is. That's like a trigger for the thing. We don't need that. So we got the cannon base, cannon, and the cannonball. We don't need this anymore, I don't think. Alright, we'll put this all in something called cannon. We'll call this cannon gun. Why not? And so now we'll put the cannon at the cannon base. Alright. And we're just getting everything set up that we need. Alright, so now we have this cannon here. We'll pop it on top of the tower, because I feel like that's where cannons go, like right on this thing right here. It looks good right there. Alright, looks good. Okay, so I'm using Trello, so we'll go to Trello and we'll figure out exactly what we need in order to get this started. Trello, let's go to Trello. Trello, hello Trello. Alright, so we got first we have to, let's see what we need for our guy. We need to shoot cannonball, right? We need to aim at enemy. We need health for health. We just need health for players and enemies. We need the enemy to spawn. Enemy to run at us. Enemy animation. Enemy attack. Okay. I'm trying to think of anything else we need. That seems like oh, I guess to spawn more cannons, like ability to add more cannons. Alright, and we'll start with something easy. We'll do the enemy spawn and I think enemy run at us. I think that's two good things we can probably do together. So very easy. We got this enemy here. So what we're going to use is, let's bake a NavMesh really quick. So we're going to navigation, and for the ground is going to be static. So let's make the ground static. Alright, and so that will show up here. It's walkable, great. This tower here is navigation static, not walkable. Let's just make it all the whole thing static here. Just make it all static, not walkable. Alright, so that should be, the NavMesh should go. It wants me to save the scene. We'll save it in scenes. We'll call it woohoo! Alright. So there we go, we got our NavMesh going on here. Easy. I think what we're gonna do first is we're gonna spawn the enemies, so I just want to give them a prefab before I forget, but let's just make the NavMesh agent on this too. And we'll make a stopping distance of like 10, so then when he runs at us, he'll stop on time. Give us a good distance here, since we're using pretty big area. And let's go here and do a new folder for art. Pop these textures in there. Alright, let's do a new folder. We'll call it prefabs. Pop this enemy in there and this cannon in there. Okay, so we got this enemy. We can now delete him. Let's make some spawn points for the enemy. So we want him to spawn at the end of this long row. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that first, and then we'll fix the camera in a second. So let's do 3D object sphere, just so we know where it is. We'll pop it where we want the enemies to spawn. We'll do like 3 spawn points. I think that's good. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got spawn point 1. We'll just spawn point 1, spawn point 2, and spawn point what? 3. All right. Okay, so we got 3 spawn points here. Let's make a. Let's just keep them organized here. Spawn points. All right. Right there. Oh, come on, go in there. You all went backwards now. All right, that looks good. And the spawn points are all centered on the second spawn point. Perfect. So now let's make a script so we can spawn some enemies. So let's go to let's go here. Put these in the art just to get them out of the way. All right. So scripts. Oh, adding folder. Frozen. Oh, this is my Unity 2022. 2020.2 does this for me. Scripts. All right. Let's create a new C# script. We'll call it spawn enemy. I think that's good. And we'll pop it on the spawn points. Oh, only one native class here. Why are you doing this to me? Unity. Okay, there we go. Spawn enemy. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so you know what I want to do is actually, nah, it's fine. We'll figure that out later. Alright, so we have the enemy. We need to, I'll do a header. I like to keep really organized. I know for such a small project it shouldn't even matter, but I just like to keep my practices up. Serialize a field of transform spawn points. Okay, so we have some spawn points, and we want serialize field game object enemy. All right, so we're going to spawn the enemy at the spawn points. I think that's really it. So now, oh yeah, we need let's do header settings. Okay, so now we have the references, and now we have the settings. We're going to do serialize a field of float for, let's say, spawn timer. All right, and we'll make another float that counts it down, so we'll just call that timer. Okay, so this should be pretty simple. We'll make a void spawn enemy. Oh, too many spaces here. Alright, void spawn enemy. Alright, and we can actually, if we want to change the enemy and everything, we can give it a type of enemy, like game object enemy and float spawn time. I mean, we really could do all that if we wanted to, but we don't have to, but I will. Alright, I'm calling it the same thing. Let's just say spawn. Let's just say void spawn. And then we will do, literally, let's see, we want to instantiate the enemy at spawn point, and then we'll do some kind of random number, random dot range 0 to spawn points dot length. All right, and then we'll do quaternion dot identity to make sure that they're, oh, actually I rotated them 180 degrees, so let's do quaternion dot Euler, I don't know how to say that, 0 180 0, because I rotated it, when I rotated that guy 180 degrees, that's what that's going to do right there. Every time he spawns, he'll spawn looking at us. All right, so spawn points random dot range cannot dot position. Okay, so now we'll spawn this guy every time, so we want the spawn timer, so we'll do timer plus equals time dot delta time, just to keep the timer going. Yeah, my typos are killing me today. All right, and now if timer is greater than or equal to spawn timer, we'll call it spawn time that we called it, then we're going to instantiate it and set the timer back to 0. Should be simple as that. So now we do update, and we'll just call spawn. And we'll just put in our enemy and spawn timer, which we didn't really need to do that, but I think it's, let's say I want to change it in the future, I could just, or spawn from somewhere else, I could easily just do that, change this to public. So that's why I did that. I mean, it's not necessary really, but I like it better like that. It makes it easier for me to read. So that should spawn enemies at that place when we fill this out. So let's do that. And I'm trying to look at chat. Just to make sure that no one's talking to me. All right, we'll set spawn time of like 1 by default. Enemy, we have the prefab of the enemy right here. Let's do that. Up. Enemy here, and the spawn points, just literally drag them in. That's why I like this inspector, it's so good. So easy to use here, guys. Alright, so we got our spawn points. So theoretically, you know what I want to do is remove the mesh renderer and the collider from this, just to have no issues. And what it should do is just spawn an enemy every second. Let's see. Oh, maximize, of course. And it did actually spawn him. You see that? I should probably fix that camera. Let's see. My whole screen is messing up. Alright, so there we go. We got an enemy, and he's actually pretty animated right now. So they're spawning some enemies every second. Great. That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, let's move this camera. I don't like the way that it's looking. Let's get a good view of it all here. We want a good view of our tower here. Alright, let's raise it up a little bit. Look it down a little bit. Maybe a little bit this way. No, I think that is an odd angle, huh? Let's reset everything to 0 real quick. All the rotation, alright. Now let's just look at our tower here. Move it in. Move it this way and move it down. I think that's probably a good angle. I think that's a good angle. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that looks good. Alright, so we got our enemies spawned, and now we need them to run at us. Let's just enemy spawn, done. Alright, now we gotta make them run at us. So I'm gonna use another script here, call it enemy movement, whatever. Alright, and if you guys are chatting, let me just make sure. The enemies will move. The enemies will move as long as I make sure I don't make any mistakes. Header references. Alright, we'll do a serialized field. We'll do a NavMesh agent, which I need to add here. Need to add unityengine.ai so we can use NavMesh agent. Oh, come on. NavMesh agent. Alright, and we'll call this agent. And then we also want the position transform of the player position, whatever player. We'll just say the transform of the player here. All right, simple enough. And then I think we can just do void move to player, and we'll just do agent dot set destination. We'll say player dot position. I think that's really simple. That's really it. We're just gonna be running out the guy, and we'll just make sure it's in the update. I just like to, I know I could have done it in the update, and but I just like to have, everything so separate. It's like an OCD kind of thing. No one needs to do this but me. You guys can do normal things, whatever you want. Let's just make this into like this, one line. I like the one line. All right, that's really it, I think. So now all we need to do is we need to save the position of our player here. So let's just save our player as a prefab so our enemy can find him. All right, we got the player. And now enemy is going to use that. Oh, we need the enemy movement. Enemy movement here. And for some reason, nothing's showing up here. Oh, you know what? I've been having issues with Unity 2020 on this. Public first. Unity 2020 has been giving me some little buggies. Oh, Unity editor is crashing. Huh. That's great. I feel like I've never had this happen except for with 2020. So we're going back in. Diving deep in here. Hopefully everything works. There we go. Initialize everything. Come on. Take off this jacket. It's getting hot in here. Oh, import everything. Busy, busy, busy. All right, there we go. Come on. Don't do me dirty. Didn't I just save the scene? Luckily, I saved the scene here. We called it woohoo. Lucky us. No mistakes made. All right, so we got our prefab here. Enemy. Perfect. And now it works. All right, so let's serialize this field. Luckily, we have everything but the spawn points there, so we have to put the spawn points back, I think. But it's good to save. Thank you, Unity made me save when I did the NavMesh agent thing. All right, let's move this camera back to where we had it. We'll save like every 5 seconds because I don't want that to happen again. Let's just move this to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. All right, perfect. Over here, up. Maybe we can get a better angle anyway. I don't like that angle. I like the angle we had. And there. I think that's good. That's a little different than the angle we had before, but should be, I think, more like that. I think that's fine. All right, let's get the spawn points back. Should have made a prefab the spawn points. 3D object, sphere. All right, let's go. Go where you go. Up. This should be heartening for anyone with bad computers. You can also make Unity games too. All right, there we go. Get rid of those colliders on them. And let's call it spawn point 1, spawn point 2, spawn point 3. All right. All right, let's go, let's go. We're going on for speed here, guys. I'm trying really hard, but no matter how fast I move, there's always something. All right, so let's get our spawn points saved as prefabs. I don't want to deal with that again. All right, so now we got the spawn points. Let's put on the spawn. Something happened here. Spawn enemy. Spawn timer of 1. The enemy will be the enemy. And the spawn points are here. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Enemy needs a NavMesh agent. And it needs the player transform. And that is really all it needs. It needs this player transform. And this should be that player. So let's just do that really quick. All right, there we go. Looks good to me. All right, and let's delete this enemy here. And let's see if they run out of us now. Nope, not running. Let's see why. Set destination can only be called on an active agent that has been placed on a NavMesh. So are we not on a NavMesh anymore? Let's see, our NavMesh is not baked right now. There we go. All right, there we go. Should work now. Let's get rid of these mesh. Let's get rid of these meshes here. Discord message. All right. There we go. They're working at us. They're running at us. All right, let's save that now, so we don't have to backpedal anymore. All right, so they're running at us. Just make sure everything's good on that. Maybe we can make them faster or something. All right, enemies running at us. You see? Let's see where they stop. Come on at us. That's a lot of enemies. We need like a machine gun. All right, step by step though. All right, and let's see where they stop. That's pretty far away from where we are. Our tower is pretty small. Let's make it bigger. Because we are big people here. Let's put a cannon on top of it again. The cannon can be small. The tower should be big. And I think the stopping distance is a little too big. So let's make the stopping distance like 3. Let's see how that looks. Let's make their speed really fast so they get to me so fast. So I don't have to wait. Can you zoom in the code? Oh, yeah, I'll zoom in the code. No problem, dude. Okay, now they're fast. Oh, I need to rebake it. Haha! Alright. Which is good. Alright, let's rebake it. Alright, cool. Zoom in the code while we're here. Is it super small? There we go. How's that? They are too close now. We're gonna get this enemy distance right here. Stopping distance. Let's do 10 again, and maybe something won't be messed up this time. Because my player is right here, and I made my player bigger. Should. Okay, I see. See what's going on here. Force tower. Make it smaller. Player. Let's make the player the tower. Why don't we just make the player the tower? Let's make the player 1, 1, 1. All right, let's make this tower. Shoot, come on. You son of a gun. Something happened. Okay, we're back. We're back. This is my experience with Unity 2020.2. Let's prefab unpack this. Okay, so I want to remake this player object to match this thing here. That's what I want. We'll get rid of that. Oh, get rid of that. And we'll just make this the player now again. This is our new player here, so let's just overwrite this. Yep. And figure out which one's there. All right. This is our new player here. All right. Enemy, go to this player here. Let's see what happens. I want them to stop. They're going all the way in. They must be stopping somewhere. Let's move this. Okay, so they're going. It would be easier if they weren't animated right now, so let's just stop animating them. Let's just turn off their animator. Do they have one? Let's just turn it off for now. Oh, come on. Come on. Enemy. I'm so mad at my computer right now. Alright. Enemy. Apply all. Alright, so the animator's off. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Where are they going? Did they stop? Oh, it's because this tower is static? Is that really something that's happening? Okay, they're stopping inside of it. So it's like their stopping distance is 0. Let's see. No? What if we make it like 100? It's so weird that they were stopping so far behind, and now they're stopping literally on it. It might be the speed, but I don't think so. Stopping this is 1,000 is a little overreactive. Let's do 50. Okay. Okay, so there's that stopping distance. Let's do 30. Okay, we can just make a script, put in the script here. So let's just do serialized field float stopping distance, just because I don't want to keep pausing it. And we'll just change update. No, we don't want a bool, but that's fine. Update, and we'll say agent dot stopping distance equals stopping distance. I think that should be fine. Okay, so now we can change it in this script here. All right, so let's just change it to 30 to see what happens. And then we'll grab this first clone and see if we can get him to move a little bit. All right, here we go. Here's one. So 30 is, oh, they're all at 0. Oh, that's why. Let's do 30 here. Up, 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 come on. Come on, don't be like this. Don't be like this. Okay, here we go. All right. 30 is far. So let's change it to all right, that was too much. All right, let's change this one to 15. 15 is too far. 10. 10 is too far. 8. Oh, need a new one here. We're getting so many enemies right now. 9. 9 is great. So 9 is their stopping distance. Perfect. A little bit of testing here. Let's do 9. Let's do 9. I think that should be good. All right, so now we have the stopping distance. Now we can put their animator back on here. And let's animate them a little bit here. So, okay, they have some animations. I'll just keep this one for now, figure out where they are. We have Goblin Run. Let's do Goblin Idle. Okay. And we'll pop that here. Make a transition to the run. Make a transition back. And let's set this as the default. Perfect. All right, let's get rid of these parameters. I don't want them. I want my own. Let's say moving is a bool, and that's what we'll use to figure out if we're moving. So let's literally some basic exit times and everything. I like to keep that transition duration for the smoothing. All right, and everything turns off when I try to add something. All right, that should be good. So now, what do we got here? Let's look at our Trello. So we got the enemy run at us. Perfect. Enemy animation. All right, let's do enemy animation real quick. So I'm gonna make another script. I like to separate everything into scripts here. Very simple. Enemy animation. Animation. It is what it is. Too late to fix it. No, it's not. I got the fat fingers on my side here. Little skinny fat fingers. I don't like you, Unity. I do like you, but I'm just so frustrated with my computer. Enemy animation. Alright. So right now we're getting these enemies squared away. All right, so for the enemy animation, we're gonna want to reference the animator. So let's do animator. All right, so we want the animator, and we want the NavMesh agent to see if we're moving. So we'll just do NavMesh agent. Perfect. We'll call this agent again. All right, and so void animate. We'll say animator dots. Okay, so if our agent velocity dot z, because that's they're running on the z, so that's really what I'm trying to measure, is not equal to 0, then we will be animator dot set bool moving is true, and otherwise animator dot set bool moving is false. Simple thing right here, and this will deal with movement. So since I'm going to separate everything, I'll say that's movement. All right, and then we'll do void update. We'll call it animate, because you can't forget that. And yeah, I think we have this here. So we should see them stop moving when they get to whatever their point is. So let's add an enemy animation in here. We'll use the animator from the child and the NavMesh agent from us. We'll save this as the prefab here. Looks good. Let's get this going. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so they're running, and there's the same issue again. I wonder what's going on. So their stopping distance is 9. What are they running at? I'm so confused as to what they're running at. Okay, so they're not moving, right? That's why some of them are doing this. What are they running at? I'm missing something. Alright, here's our enemy clone. Let's look at his animator while we wait. Alright. Okay, so he's waiting. They're like, that number is not working. Let's do 15 again. And let's save it and see what happens when we do 15, because they were stopping so far away. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they stopped doing that. Okay, wait, now they're stopping? I have a feeling. Oh, and their velocity is changing because of what? Because their friends are pushing them? Okay. Let's give their velocity like a little room to breathe here. It's just so weird that the stopping distance, let's see if it has anything to do with the speed. Let's just change it to 10 and override it. Let's just change it to 10 and see what happens. Okay, here's our first one. He's running, he's moving. See, it's moving right here. Okay, and now he's still trying to move, but he's stuck on something. Why is he stuck on something? What are they getting stuck on? 2D, of course. Is there any like collider on this thing? No. Is there like random collider on the ground? Do I need to rebake this NavMesh agent? just gonna remove this player. All right. In the prefab, I'm gonna put the player down right here. In fact, I might just make the player the forest tower and give it a collider here. So let's give this a collider. And just make it big here. So let's say, what is it, like 10, looks 10 tall, 8 tall. Let's move it up 3. Let's do 6 tall. Whatever, it doesn't even matter how tall it is. 10 wide, 8 wide, 5 wide, 8 long, 5 long. I think that's a good collider. Maybe even a little bit less. 4. I think that's good. Let's just make it a little lower. There we go. All right, so that is our collider here. Maybe that will change the stopping distance. Why are they still moving? Let's just print their velocity. Why not? If it's not 0.2. Of course. Simple thing. Of course it's never going to be 0.2. So they're always going to be moving. Alright. I think the collider worked. Now he's an idle, Alright, now we can really change this stopping distance to something more reasonable. Let's do 10, let's do 5. We got our animation working now. Should be good. They should run right up to this tower. And the 5, it did not help. What is going on with this baloney here? It's like, I've never had this issue with a NavMesh agent. Never ever. I might just change the transform to be, I just don't understand. The transform is the player, unless the player is like below the ground. Okay, there's that. Okay, I mean, that might be what we deal with here. They're here. I'm just so confused as to, is the player below the ground? No, it's above the ground. Where's the ground? 0. The player is above the ground. They're trying really hard to get into that. What if I just... Huh. I get stuck on this silly problem here. If I just move this forest tower back, keep the player in the same spot, and move the collider back. How does that work? Let's see. Because they're going after this spot right here, I feel like. Let's see. All right. So now let's change it to 5 so they get closer and watch them run through everything. Okay, perfect. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want them close enough to attack. All right. There's a lot of enemies spawning. Let's change it to 3. Okay. All right, so we got the enemies coming at us. They're animated. Now they need to attack and animate the attack. So let's get the attack animation really quick. Let's get that ready. Let's do like this here. And we'll make sure that they're from idle so they're not attacking while they're moving. All right, and we'll do Let's just do another variable called attacking here. Attacking, and we'll do attacking is true if attacking is false, which it should never become false after it's true, honestly, but let's just do a catch-all here. All right, so if they're attacking, we got that. So now we got to, let's make a health really quick. So let's do here, health. We're still working on the animation. And we'll do the enemy attack. So we need health for our enemies, and we need health for us. And we need player attack, right? So let's see. Let's add that. Shoot cannonball is player attack. Okay. All right, so let's do enemy attack. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use like a ray on the front of the enemy to see how far he is from us. So in order to do that, I'm going to get this guy here. I'm going to make like a little spot for him to spawn his ray from. So let's take our enemy here, and we'll add a empty object, pop it in the front like this, and that'll be like the ray check. Alright, so he's going to cast a ray from here and see how far he is from us. No problem. Alright, that should be good. Should work first time. Alright, so we got, let's just do void attack. Alright, we'll figure it out what we need from that. So we'll do if physics.raycast, and then we need, okay, we need a transform.position. So we need our position. We need the position of the ray check. Ray check.position. Then we need transform.forward, so the direction that we're going to do it. Alright. Then we do out hit info, which will make a variable called hit info. And we'll do like what? Attack distance. Even though I feel like what it should be like 5. Alright, so let's do raycast hit. We'll call it hit info. Perfect. Alright, so now it's going to release to that. So we need a ray check. So let's do, I wish I could just default this. I'm sure there's a way. I'll look into it, where I can put my references in my settings. Header, serialized field. I'll do transform, ray check. Alright, so we're shooting it from the ray check, and we need an attack distance. So let's do header settings, serialized field, float, and we'll do attack distance. And anyone who's watching, if you want to follow me or subscribe, that'd be awesome, or like the video just to help it get out there, get it good. I would enjoy that. I would appreciate that. Let's say the attack distance is 10 for now. All right, so we want the attack distance to be there, and we want, let's see, do we have this is moving here? We could do, where's the animation right here? I'm trying to think of what way we can do this pretty easily. All right, well, we'll just do this. We got the agent in here too. It's probably not performance right, but or right for performance, but it's fine. Because what I want to do is make sure that he stopped. And so I could make like a call from one of these and just have them all call on that. But I'm just going to do this instead. If the agent.velocity.z is equal to 0, then they're attacking. Okay, so if the ray check's there, then they're attacking. So now we want to get the component of whatever we just hit and make sure it's the player. So we're going to take a player script. So if hitInfo.collider.getComponent, and what's a script that we have on the player? Do we have any scripts on the player yet? No scripts on the player. We'll just say we'll just compare the tag. So we'll compare the tag. If it's player, then they will attack. What is it? We'll do hit info dot collider dot get component. We'll say health, and we'll do take damage. We'll do damage here. Okay, perfect. Now it's looking good. Now it's looking good. So we'll do a int for damage, and that should be that. And so now we just need a health script. We need to call this an update. So let's do void update. And we'll say attack for damage amount, whatever that is. So we'll do a int for damage. And we'll just make it like, what, 25? All right, so right now, actually, they're gonna attack 1,000,000 times in a second. So let's make the health and we'll fix that. Let's make the health first, all right. Let's add this onto the enemy first. Enemy attack, override, okay. And it's doing the same thing again. So let's do public. I've never had more issues with Unity than with the new one, but it's all right. Oh, health cannot be found. Okay, that's why this time. So let's do health. Health does not take damage. Let's just do that. Let's fix this really quick. So the health script's super easy, right? What we want is a header settings. What we want is a int for health. We're gonna do int because it's not gonna be like a percentage. It's gonna be the health. Then we'll do a void take damage, and we'll put an int for damage, and we'll do if health is greater than 0, then we will do health minus equals damage. Pretty simple. I think that's good. Else we'll die. All right, so we need to make a die one. So for die right now, we'll do destroy this game object. I think that's a good death for now. Okay, so if our health is greater than 0, health minus equals damage, otherwise we're gonna die. And make this public so everyone can get it. Punlick, another good way to do it. Punlick. Do I learn all those things by heart? Well, you just learn it by heart just by doing it. Sorry if I didn't see your chat fast enough. But yeah, you just learn it by heart but just by doing it, and then also a lot of trial and error. So now we got this all going here. So the enemy attack, take damage, blah, 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 blah. So let's fix this typo. All right. Let's see. Okay, now let's put a health script on our player here. We'll give him 1,000 health. I think that's good. We're gonna die instantly because these guys can attack so fast. It's okay. We want this to be ray check here. All right, and then the agent is the NavMesh agent, and we will just save that. Okay, and then an animator. Let's see, animator. We want the attacking is good. I think that we should start getting attacked. So let's see. We'll watch our health and we'll see if we get attacked. Oh, we're not tagged as player, and that's why we won't get attacked. Perfect. Luckily, I caught that. This enemy killed us before anyone else, which means that it worked. Let's make a attack speed really quick. So let's do float attack speed. We'll say 2, and then we'll just do the same kind of thing. So we need a timer. Go float attack timer. All right, and we'll say if, or we'll do attack timer plus equals time dot delta time. All right, there's that. Easy. All right, then if attack timer is greater than or equal to attack speed. All right, simple. Then we'll do the attack. We'll do the ray then and only then. And then, yeah, I think we do this here. So we'll only shoot the ray if they're not moving. I think that's good. So, and then we'll set the timer equal to 0, right? So we'll start over the timer then. Attack timer equals 0. And we'll set the attack speed. We already did it 2. That should be good. They shouldn't kill us instantly, I don't think. But at least the attack was working. So that's good. Let's watch the health. This is where my eyes are right here. Yes, sir. Now, are you attacking though? Let's see. He's not attacking. Oh, because we didn't do that yet. Easy. All right. So, and we'll set. So this is another thing we can do here. Is you can do. First, let's fix this. Make it look nice. All right. All right. All right. So now we'll do a public bool is attacking. And we'll do a get and private set. Okay, so now we know if he's attacking. We pop that in the animation. So let's do attacking. We'll say animator dot set bool attacking is equal to, what is that? Enemy attack. So we need a enemy attack. We'll just call this attack. I think that's fine. Equals attack dot is attacking. All right. That should be that. Should be good. And now we just need to put that in there. Okay, so let's go back to our goblin here. We're letting the enemy kill us before we kill them. We're very, very nice about that. All right, so now we have this enemy attack script here. And we'll save that and have Unity mess up all the time. All right, cool. Let's get this going. Goblin is attacking. He's not attacking. Why are you not attacking? Because is attacking is not set anywhere. That's why. So let's do is attacking is true. All right. Easy there. All right. And then we'll do if the attack speed, timer and attack speed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is attacking is true. And then I'm just thinking maybe we can literally just do an else is attacking is false. I think it's going to toggle a lot. Hopefully it lets them finish their attack. But I think it's good enough for now. Good enough for this. Let's see. Oh, no, let's just have it when they reach us, it attacks. So it's going to be false up until the end. When they stop, it'll be true, and we're not going anywhere, so there's no reason to toggle it off. Okay, there he goes. He's attacking. All right, let's see his other friend skate over here. And he's in the dark. Let's go see what they're doing. Okay, yeah, they're good. They're trying to destroy me. Very good job. All right, so there's that. The attack's working. The animation for the attack is working, right? So that's the enemy attack. The health, we have the health. We can even put that on the enemy. The enemy animation is good. All right, so now it's time for us to fight back. All right, so let's do a prefab of a cannon here. Can we make it that big? I like it that big. Or that's not big, it's just where it is. Let's put it on our player here. We'll put it at 0 right now. We'll just get that there. Let's make it bigger. What if we set it to 1, 1, 1? And that's a cannon. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's put it down on there. It's looking huge. What we want to happen now, we want this gun here to have a fire point. So we want, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make another, call this the cannon gun. What it will have is this cannon gun inside. It will have this cannon gun inside, so let's unpack this really quick. Okay, so let's move this first to where it looks good. It's on a good place for rotation. Okay, that looks like a good spot for the rotation of the cannon. I think what we want is this cannon gun in here, and then we also want a fire point. So let's do that. We'll call this fire point, and we'll put it at the front of the cannon. And sometimes I like to do this to see exactly where it is. Alright, so there's our fire point. Looks good to me. Alright, so we got that. Okay. So what we need to do now is we need our cannonball. Where's that? Right here. Alright, let's turn that into its own prefab here. Let's get it out of there. We don't need it there. We need our cannonball to have a sphere collider, right? Let's see that really quick. Where is that at? Okay, it's got a sphere collider. Looks like it fits it. And wherever it is, move it up. All right, and we need a rigid body for the physics and the collisions. Rigid body. Got gravity. We'll put it. It's like a little cannonball, so we'll make it like 0.2. No big deal. All right, so we got that. It's a tiny cannonball. Let's make it a little bigger. All right, looks good there. And it's actually a little small here. Now that is a cannonball, if I were to say so myself. All right, so it's got rigid body. Let's apply that. What it should do is hit these guys and kill them, damage them. All right, so first let's make this get shot out of our cannon. I think that's the first step. So what I'm going to do is make a script here. We'll put it on the cannon itself. The cannon will be the one firing. So we'll do fire cannon. That way if we have more cannons, they're all firing at the same people. Okay. Let's do fire cannon. Oh, come on. Fire cannon, alright. Let's open that up. So what we want the cannon to do when it fires a cannon, we want it to look at and then shoot, right? So what we can do is, let's do void shoot cannon. Make sure not to name it the same as the other one. What we want first is for it to look at, and then we want some kind of target. I think that's fine, whatever. Enemy. Look at the enemy. Okay, and then if they're inside of our zone, so let's say if they're, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. I think what we'll do is, let's do this, let's shoot first. So instantiate, we'll do it on click right now. We'll do if, that's not how it's going to be right now, but that's just what we're doing right now. Input get mouse button down just to test it. Make sure everything works. We're going to, let's see, Bababino. If input get mouse button down, we're going to instantiate a cannonball. Cannonball, right? At the fire point dot position. Okay. And we actually want it to have the same rotation as the fire point. So we could probably do fire point dot rotation. I think that's fine. And so what we need is, always need to add more references. We need a prefab of a cannonball. So let's do game object cannonball. Right, and then we do a transform of the fire point. Okay, I mean that's what it looks like we need right here. Oh, I messed up everything. Let's just keep everything the same here. All right. Now, if I'm right, let's just get rid of this for now. Let's make sure it's shooting. And let's see. It will spawn, but it won't shoot yet. So let's do game object cannonball equals. That way we can access it. We'll do cannonball dot get component rigid body. We're gonna add force in a direction Z, only the Z direction. So we'll say transform. We'll say fire point dot forward. That's where we want it, and then we'll multiply it by we'll say shooting power or whatever. Right, so now we'll do settings here. We'll do serialize float, call it shooting power. We'll make it like 100 or something like that. Okay, so fire point forward, shooting power, boom, should shoot in that direction. Now all we need is to make it call in the update. And we'll say shoot cannon. Okay. Alright, I think that should be good, hopefully. So our cannon, each cannon will have the script on it. Right now we only have one cannon, but soon we will have more. So we're just getting it all ready. I'm trying to watch the chat as well. So we got the cannonball and the cannon fire point here. Okay. So right now all I'm looking for is if it's going to shoot in this direction here. That's what I want. And so let's make this, I think that's fine. Let's see. Okay, looks good. Looks like it could use more force. Looks like those cannonballs are huge. Let's see if we change the force to like 400. If it shoots in that direction, and then we'll turn it and see if it shoots in that direction still. Okay, good. Let's rotate this. Yes, sir. That's good. So it's shooting exactly where we want it to. Now we can make it look at things. So now let's do look at the enemy. So let's do void look at. We'll just do what is this? We want our cannon gun. So we'll do transform cannon gun. We'll say cannon gun dot look at. We'll say enemy. We'll do transform enemy. I think that's good. So cannon gun look at enemy. I think that's really it. So right now we still don't have an enemy. So now how do we pick an enemy? Well, obviously enemies are going to be spawning a bunch, right? Let's see. Oh, hey guys, sorry, I didn't see that. You have a C#. There's a variable public static speed. Won't work in another script. If I use static speed, anyone, do I use serialization instead? Well, I'll get to that. If you save that question, dude, let me know. I'll get back to you on that for sure. Maybe you should console.read it so that you know if it's attacking or not. Oh, my bad. It was attacking. Finally, we figured it out. So cannon gun, we want the cannon to look at the enemy. The only problem is we don't have an enemy yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list. So we're going to do a list of game objects. And we'll say enemies, right? And so we're going to have to add to this list, right? So the way we're going to do that is we're going to make a trigger that when the enemies enter, they add themselves to this list. I think maybe we should put this in a different place. I think we definitely should, actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop an enemy list on the player. All right, so first let's make some kind of a big sphere that tells us how far the enemies are. So let's do a child of this right here. We'll make this the enemy trigger, or whatever, the range trigger, I guess would be a better name for it. And it will be a sphere collider. We're gonna make it a trigger. We're gonna make it big. How big? Probably that big. Then over here, now all the enemies over here will be shot at. We just have to, okay, so this needs a rigid body kinematic just to detect the collisions, right? And then the enemies actually need that as well. So let's not forget that. Rigid body kinematic to detect collisions. All right, and I think the cannonball will need that as well, honestly. It has it. It's perfect, all right. So now what we have is this trigger here. We want, where is it? The trigger on this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add enemies to the list. So let's make a script here and we'll call it target list. I think we'll house it on the player. I think that's good. And this whole script will just be to house this one list. Okay, come on. It's too much. All right, we got our target list here. Let's see, what's wrong with this? Oh, the name enemy doesn't exist. Okay, so let's just get rid of that for now. We'll figure it out in a second. We're doing that right now. What we want to do is add them to a list when they run in, and then remove them from the list when they die. So let's first get a list going. Do target list, and we'll keep literally I think this whole thing will just be list of game object. We'll call it enemies, and it'll be a new list of game object, of course. All right. And so what we're going to be able to do is public void add enemy, I think. And what we'll do is we'll take a game object of enemy, and we will just literally do enemies.add enemy. That simple. And then to remove an enemy, same thing, remove enemy, which is when they die, just remove enemy. So now we have this target list. So we will do, let's say in the enemy movement, when they get to, so on trigger enter, right? Because we made it a trigger. So when they enter this trigger, if we'll make it a tag. Compare tag enemy trigger. We'll make it capital so we know. If they run into enemy trigger, right now we'll just print enemy added, because we'll figure it out in a second. I just want to make sure that this works before we waste our time a million times. So what was the tag I made? It enemy trigger, I think so. Enemy trigger. Okay, grave digger. We got our enemy trigger here. All right. So now if they run into this, it should, let's get rid of this guy here. We don't need this guy. Make sure all the overrides are good. All right. Let's get rid of this guy here. I don't want him anymore. And let's see. Okay. Enemy added. Enemy added. Okay, so it's adding. All right, so now what we want is a reference to this target list. So we'll do serialized field. Say target list. List. Let's move this down here. All right, we'll do list dot add enemy. We'll do other dot game object. So it should add this enemy to our list. Let's make sure that it does. Let's make this public for a second here, so we can see all of our enemies. So we can see our list, and the spawn manager should be on start. Let's do timer is equal to spawn timer, so it starts instantly. All right. No waiting 3 seconds for us. Let's see. All right, so here's our enemies list at 0 right now. All right, and it didn't add collider or other. Oh, that's because we're trying to add the wrong thing. Let's do this dot game object because it's on the enemy. Duh. And anyone who's watching, thank you guys for watching so much. We're trying to get this going. Okay, this is not working anymore. Let's see. Oh. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I don't know if my Unity's a ma'am or sir. Enemy. Boom, boom, boom. Target list. Let's add the target list here. Oh, we need it from the prefab. Let's just... You know what? We can just do this here. We'll set it from this. If it has the enemy trigger tag, then we can do list is equal to other dot get component other dot transform dot parent dot get component what is that called? Target list. There we go. And that should work. Let's do this, enemies. I want to see you on my target list so we can start blasting you. Okay, there we go. There's an enemy on the target list. There's another one. All right, so we're getting the enemies. Perfect. All right. So now we can actually make a public void remove. Or let's do let's just do it. Public void remove from list. And we'll do list dot remove enemy. And we'll say this dot game object. And that's that. So we can remove him from the list when he dies. And so then we'll say if get component enemy movement, so for an enemy, right, then we will do, we'll literally just do this here, get component dot remove from list, and that's that. We should be removed from the list when we die. So a way we can test this, let's see what's wrong with this. Oh, okay, let's see. Didn't save it. All right, easy. Let's see. Come on. Show me what you got. All right. So we got our enemies here. Let's what we can do is make his health. He doesn't have health right now. All right, let's put some health on our enemy. Scripts. Let's just add it in this script and have everything turn black again, because why not? Health. All right, and his health will be 100. I think that's fine. Okay, they have health now. These little goblins have 100 health. So now, so add it to the list. 0 should be dead. So let's say -1. No, he's not dying. Well, maybe he is, but I can't really tell. Health, if health is greater than 0, that. Oh, that's only if he's taking damage, which is fine. I mean, his health's not gonna be lower than that if he does take damage. So let's just do this now. All right, fire cannon. So now that we have that target list, we can actually get it. So let's do public list game object, and we'll call it enemy list, and we'll just literally, oh, we gotta do this, return enemies. I think that's it. And so now what we want to do is if let's add the target list here. Target list, we'll call it list. All right, and if list dot enemy list dot count is greater than 0, so if it's 1 at least, then we'll start dealing with all this baloney here. So only once we get an enemy will we do it. And then we're gonna look at list.enemy list. We're gonna look at the first enemy. We're gonna destroy him, that first enemy. I think that's it. List.enemy list, and we'll say 0, the first enemy. Right? What's wrong with this? Oh. Okay, what's wrong? Oh, dot transform. Okay. So we're looking at this enemy. Then we're gonna start shooting him. So honestly, we don't need this anymore. We're going to spawn a cannonball, fire it in his direction. I don't see anything wrong with this. So it should theoretically work as long as everything is in the right spot. Let's see. Target list, we just need to add this to our, oh, not this one. Let's do to our cannon here. List right here, the cannon gun. So we want this right there. And that should be, let's see what happens. We got him. Let's see what's going on here. The enemy's not dying. Why not? So that's a lot of cannonballs. So let's make an attack time. So we'll say timer plus equals time dot delta time. And then we'll say if timer is greater than or equal to attack speed. Right, then we'll do all this. And then, oh, come on. What happened? We'll say timer equals 0. All right, so now we need a timer. Let's do float timer, and then float attack speed. We'll say 1, and that should be that. And now let's see what happens. So something's not right where it's not looking directly at him, is what it seems like to me. Because it's not really aiming at that guy, it's aiming near him. Above him, even. Is that the fire point? It might be the fire point is not. Let's set the fire point's rotation to 0. Let's set the cannon gun. Oh no, okay, that's what it is. So let's set this rotation here. We want this cannon gun rotation to be the same as the fire point. So let's move these out of here for a second. Alright, we want this cannon gun to be in line with the barrel. That's the big deal. So once it's in line with the barrel, in fact, it might even be up there. Now the fire point should be in line with the barrel. So we know exactly where it's shooting. Alright? And this cannon gun is fine where it is. What we want is these things in here. So if this and this are in line, it should be aiming directly at this guy. Let's see how it works. There we go. Is it killing this enemy? Is he taking any damage? I don't know if he's taking any damage. I don't know if any of them are taking damage, which is... Oh, of course they're not. I'm not calling take damage yet. Alright, so each of these cannonballs, on the cannonball, what we're going to do is if... So now we need to do the cannonball script. So let's say on the cannonball, we'll do a damage enemy, right? I think that's a good one. Damage enemy. Alright. And so what we want to do, that's why, it makes sense. We want to damage the enemy. Alright, here we go, perfect. Alright. So we'll say if what we want on collision enter, right? So if we collide, if collision dot collider dot compare tag is enemy, right? So I guess the enemy should be tagged as an enemy. Then we will so if it's the enemy, then we will collision. We'll just do collision dot collider dot component health. We'll do take damage, and we'll do our damage to it. Damage, good. And then we will destroy ourselves. What we could do is add like an explosion, but I don't have an explosion ready. So we'll do header settings. Alright, we'll do serialize this. Serialize an int. And we'll call it damage. I think the default we're going to do 25 as well. So like 4 hits, it kills him. Should be good. We just need to tag the enemy as enemy. Put this on the cannonball, and everything should be working willy-nilly fine. Crocodilly. Alright, let's see. So damage enemy should be on the cannonball. So let's go to the prefab cannonball. We'll do damage enemy. Alright. Then on the enemy, what do we need? We need to tag enemy. We'll call it enemy. And that really should start killing them. If I'm not mistaken here. The cannonball's a little big. I might make it smaller. It's a little goofy. Nope. It's not destroying either. Let's see why not. Oh, because I didn't. Well, let's see. Da 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 da. Let's make this public. See what's going on. No, you son of a gun. fudge you, Unity. Go fudge yourself. We're going back in. We're not going to finish this like this. They're almost done. We don't need Unity to tell us when to finish. We tell Unity when to finish. We're going right back in there. We got the scripts already made. Everything's already made. Let's go and... Sorry, that was loud. Let's go and teach these little goblins who's your daddy. Come on, little gobbies. If you have public static speed. Oh. Okay, here's my Unity here. I have the new version. Don't tell me that I don't have the new version. This is the new version. Right, let's go back to our scene here. Woohoo. Great. Okay, what's different that we don't have yet? Okay, so player doesn't have any scripts on him. Player doesn't have anything on him. Stopping distance. Player. Okay, this is what we fixed. So let's fix this really quick. Make sure that everything's good. Make this here. The cannon is completely different now. We have the prefabs. All right. We didn't save for a long time. That's fine. All right, so we have that. Let's make our box collider. And we want it giant here, so let's make it 10 by 10 by 10. All right, 5 by 5 by 5. And we'll raise it up. And we'll bring it back. I think that's good. All of our scripts should be good otherwise. The prefab should be good. So let's see our scripts here. We have fire cannon should be on the cannon here. Not this cannon though. Let's go to our prefabs here. Let's see this cannon here. Is that the same cannon? Cannon gun. Okay, we didn't save that. We'll fix that. All right, we have scripts we need to add. Damage enemy to the cannonball. It's already on there, I think. Damage enemy's on there. All right, cool. Now, enemy animation. Does he have that on there? Yes. Everything's good. Target list he doesn't have. Target list we'll put on here. Okay. All right, and we will. That's simple there. We need to make a. What is it, like a new empty object here? Call it the range trigger. All right, we're making a sphere trigger on it. It's a huge one. Move it forward on the Z. I think that should be good there. Even bigger. Move forward on the Z. Get some good range on these guys here. I think that's good. Alright. So we got the range trigger here. We need a rigid body on it. Just to detect the collisions. Kinematic. The enemy has the rigid body on it, right? And it's kinematic, so he's perfect. The enemy looks good. The player doesn't have health. Let's make the player have some health. Set it to 1,000. Looks good. Alright, we got fire cannon. Got to be on the cannon. We'll fix that in a second. Spawn enemy should be good. Enemy movement. All these things on the enemy should be good. What we need is maybe to bake the NavMesh again. Let's do it. Let's see what happens there. Alright, this forest tower should be static. Forest tower should be static as far as I can tell. It should be static. And we'll make it object not walkable. Perfect. Alright. Bake that in there. We don't want them running through the forest tower. Alright, alright, cannon. We were at shooting these cannonballs, so let's fix our cannon here again. Alright, so unpack this prefab. Let's save this really quick. We have all this. Let's save this. Save that. Everything looks better too in Unity, so it looks like Crash really gave it a boost for it or something. Alright, so what we want is an empty game object here. We'll call this cannon gun, whatever. And we'll move this up to the back of the cannon gun, and we're going to align the rotation with it, with the cannon. Alright, perfect. Now we'll pop this here. we're gonna make a fire point. Let's say fire point. All right, and we'll move this to the front. So now it has a way to rotate in the fire point, and that should be good there. Looks good. So it should spawn. Let's save this as a prefab here. Fix that cannon. That's fine. All right, so we have cannon, enemy, player. That's good. Let's make this cannon have a script it needs, which is fire cannon. Simple one. List will be the target list. The cannonball will be the cannonball. The fire point will be its fire point. And the cannon gun will be this cannon gun. And that should be, let's see what happens. I mean, I feel like, are we missing something? Who knows? We are missing something. Let's see what's wrong. Well, first of all, I don't like that maximize. Enemy trigger is not defined. Okay, easy. Tag enemy trigger. There we go. Let's tag this as enemy trigger. And other than that, what are we missing? The crashes are real. Okay, so now what's wrong with this? Alright, let's do the spawn points here. Let's do 3. Let's get rid of this enemy here. Overrides. Fly all. Okay. Let's see. I don't like that it's doing that, pointing straight down. Where's the enemy that it's even aiming at? Let's see. First of all, let's make this cannon power, right? We'll do a 400. Let's turn off this. Let's make this into a trigger instead of a collider. Oh, there's no trigger on it. Let's turn this into a trigger. I think that should be fine. I don't like how it was pointing straight down. Okay, it's not damaging the enemy because of what? The enemy's not tagged as an enemy. No, it is. All right. Let's see what is wrong with this cannonball. Damage. We can just do like a, okay, on collision enter. Does the enemy have a collider? Yes. Let's just do this. Print. Hit. That's simple. Also, I want to make this cannonball smaller. I knew I wanted it big before, but I think smaller is better here. It's a little bit too big. Like that, like a real cannonball. Alright, save that. Okay, let's delete that. Alright. Oh, what's going on here? New line is constant. Oh. Okay. So it should be if we hit this enemy. I don't know what the problem would be. Hit, hit, hit. But the enemy still has 100 health. And is that because the enemy doesn't have a health script? No, he does. Oh, they're dying. Okay, they are dying. I don't like the way that it's pointed. Let's see the fire point. It's pointed that way. The cannon gun is pointed that way, but it's like moved back. Let's move it forward. Let's move this part. Okay, open the prefab. I know, I don't want to change it, but I have to change it. I'm sorry. Sorry, Unity. Let's unpack this. Okay. I'm having an issue with the way that this is going. I think it needs to be like more on the back. I think that's what it is. Maybe down a little bit. Maybe like that. And now we'll go like this. We'll save this so in case something happens, it happens. The cannonball should be shooting right at the guy. There we go. Is it hitting him? Yeah, it killed him. You can't really see it, but it's doing the damage. Okay, so now, honestly, the die should be in the update. If health is greater than 0, and then update. If health is less than or equal to 0, then they should die. Otherwise, it's waiting till the 5th hit to kill them. Alright, let's see what happens now. So we got this tower defense thing going. We got the enemy. We got... They're dying. I'm going to move the sun so we can see them better. Missed him. Hit him. Okay, he's dead. Okay, they're dying. Alright, so now let's move the sun so we can see much better here. Where's this? The sun should be like... I think that's fine. I mean, I'm no sun man, but we'll have that. That's fine. That looks good. All right. So now we can at least see these guys die. See what happens. Okay. And the reason I'm using projectile firing is because I like the chance of missing. I think it adds a little bit to it. Okay, so the enemies are dying. We have a die animation we could probably play. We got that going. Let's add more guns so we can just... Let's do this first. Let's save this as a prefab again so we don't lose everything. Replace anyway. Yep, okay. Alright, come on, Unity. Alright, so we saved it. I saved this. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is we can just duplicate this, right, and just have it be ready for when we click the upgrade feature. Honestly, let's say we want 5, right? Oh, let's say we want 5 cannons. So let's put like one down here and one over here. And so what we'll do is we'll have this first one in the middle, right? But these other ones will be deactivated. Okay? And so what I think that is good. And all we'd have to do is have a list of our cannons, which is fine. Let's put all our cannons in our player. I don't see why not. Cannons. We'll put this one in here. Put all these other ones in there too. Oh, in the cannons thing. All right, they're all in there. They're all in there. All right, we have our cannons. So now what we want to do is basically let's have it upgrade script, right? I think that's good. We'll do upgrade and oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'll check that in a little bit. All right, come on. Our upgrade script will be here. What we're gonna do is basically, all right, let's see. So we have our list of cannons, so we'll just do a serialize field game object array of our cannons. Okay, so we have those. We want something to keep track of. We want something to keep track of. Let's see, cannon index. I guess I don't know what it would be called. Next cannon up. Let's say next cannon up. That sounds cooler. Next cannon up. All right, and we want to set those active. And I think that's really it. So let's do on start, just to keep everything good. Start, we'll do we'll set next cannon up to 0, and we'll add or upgrade cannon. All right, and then we'll do that. Let's do that. Void add or upgrade cannon, and we'll take if cannons next cannon up dot set active self false equals false, of course. Then, so it's not active, then we'll do cannons dot cannons next cannon up dot set active true, and then we'll do cannons we'll do next cannon up plus plus. So we're gonna cycle through the cannons whenever we add or upgrade a cannon. Let's make this public so we can call it from like a button or something. Add or upgrade cannon. Then if next cannon up is greater than cannons dot length. So if it's greater than or equal to cannons dot length, then we want next cannon up to equal 0 and kind of cycle through again. Cycle through again. All right, so greater than or equal to, not that. All right. Okay, that should be that. Let's get our cannons in there and see if we can add this whole thing going. All right, let's see. What do we got? Where are we gonna put that? Upgrade. We'll put it on the player. I already did. No need more to have more. Let's add those cannons. So cannon 1, cannon 2, cannon 3, and you know, I'm not gonna say it anymore. You got it. And anyone, let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not really checking the chat. You guys are helping each other. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for the help, dude. All right. Let's see. All right, so there's that. Now let's make like a little button. Let's save this. Save. I gotta learn to save when you have issues like that. It's not great. Okay, so there's no text in it. The text mesh pro it messed up. Let's do it again. UI button text mesh pro. No text mesh pro today. Why not? Okay, there we go. It just didn't show up. All right, there's that. And so let's call it spawn next, or let's just say upgrade. I think that's good. Let's go here, 2D, make it big. Nope, not that. Make it big. Big button here. I'll upgrade. Change the text. Make it big. Just to. So what it should do is cycle through our guys, our little cannons, and add more. Let's get a better view. I'm looking at this view now. I don't think we have enough of like a bird's eye view. Just bring it up. Let's turn it off 2D so I can make the necessary rotations here. Bring it back. And yeah, I'm not very good at that, but it's fine. It'll show us what we need. So all we need to do is put that upgrade button, right? We need to put it on this object, the player object, and it should be like upgrade, add or upgrade cannon. And let's disable this so we can make sure everything works. It should add that first cannon automatically. Yep, okay, our first cannon's in. Shooting. Now we add the next cannon. We got 2 cannons. Let's add our third cannon. Yep, we got our third cannon. 4. Now we're overpowered. 5, we're unstoppable. We got a lot of cannonballs rolling around. So what we want to do is literally just make like a simple script. Let's go destroy object. All right, we'll say here. All right, so we'll do void destroy this object just to keep it different. We'll put in time, float time. No, we don't want that. We just literally want it to say destroy this dot game object. Then in void start, so when this object spawns, we'll invoke destroy this object, and after the destruction time, we'll call it. Alright, so now we just need a destruction time. Serialize that. And we'll say default is like 3, which I think is default's fine for this. Let's see. Cannonball. We'll do destroy the object. Alright, after 3 seconds. So now we won't have a million cannonballs just rolling around, it'll just disappear. What we can add is the death animation, which is very simple. Yeah, so now the cannonballs are going away, which is good. We don't want a million cannonballs. Let's have all of our guys shooting. And then we could do, this is what we could do. Alright, so now that we have the destroy object thing, we have the death script. What we can do is go into this health place and have like a we'll do the same kind of thing we're doing here. So public bool is dead get and private set. Alright, so now we have an is dead bool, which is fine, that's good. And so now here we can do is dead equals true. That's simple. And then in enemy animation, we'll add the health. And call it die. We'll say animator dot set bool dead to health dot is dead. So if it's true, they're dead. Yes, okay, that's what I want. And then we can also do, now that we have this destroy object script, when the enemy dies, instead of destroying it instantly, we can do get component destroy object. So now we can put the destroy object script on here, and we'll set it active or enabled or something. I think that's what it is. Enabled equals true. Right, so now we have this destroy object script we can put on this guy, and he'll destroy after a certain amount of time, so we don't have just a dead body laying everywhere. So all we need to do is add the animation, I think. Add the script to that guy and add the animation. And we have dead enemies. Let's see, dead enemies, right? That's all we have. We need to add this destroy object. Oh, it was right there. Destroy object, we'll say after they die, they get like, we do want some good dead bodies on there, maybe 10 seconds. Then they'll just despawn, right? So we'll set that not active. When they die, it will activate, and let's just get the animator going here for these guys. Let's do, okay, well, they don't have the attack anymore either. We can fix that right now. Enemy Goblin test. Yeah, this is that. So let's go here and add the attack back. That's fine. Attack. We'll say make transition. Oh. Make transition and oh. Set layer default. Make transition and make transition. If we get rid of this baloney here. Alright, that's fine. If attacking, yeah. Oh. Bool attacking. And we'll do bool dead. Alright, so if attacking is true. No, if attacking is false on this one. And if attacking is true on this one. Always remember to get rid of that exit time because that's annoying. Alright, and then any state dead. So I guess we just use this goblin death here. I don't see any reason not to. Make a transition. I hope it doesn't loop. Let's see. Nope, okay, good. Alright, so if dead, true, that's that. That's it. That should be the whole thing. Let's see if we get this going. Oh, this enemy won't die. This enemy will be our bane here. Oh, okay. Let's see, are we killing him? Huh. Okay, let's see what's wrong with this. I don't want this one here. Oh, let's maybe override this. No overrides. Okay, so we got dead going on. Alright. Let's just watch our first one and see what happens. So here's his health. His destroy object is off. He's losing his health. No, he's still attacking. Oh, if he's dead, attacking should be false, right? Let's see, and that's in the animation. Attack, enemy attack. If, let's just do this, health is dead. Attack, let's just do this here. Is false. Okay. Then we can do an else. Do an else. It is attacking whatever it says. Which is a weird way to do it, but I think that's fine. So health is dead. Should be true if you die, right? And when you're removed from list, and your destroy object component is enabled, you should stop attacking and you should die. If all is well. Something's not set to a reference of an object, which is odd, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so it's not attacking anymore, but it's not dead. Let's see, why not? So bool is dead. Is dead should be true. Let's print is dead. I think that's a good way to figure it out. Because if that's true, then I'm just trying to see, are we getting the component of health? That might be what we're not doing. We might be doing that though. I don't see why we wouldn't be. But anything is possible. Oh, okay, yeah, we're not. So let's do that. Let's say start health equals a get component health. Okay. That should be it. No? Yeah. I think so. Here's our first one. That's a cool death animation. Alright, let's see why. Okay, now instead of this, we'll just make it from here. That's fine. Dead is true. Has no exit time. That's it. That should be it. That should let it play all the way through. I think that saved the animator too for everyone. But probably not. Probably every time I say do something, it's crazy. Everything changes. Okay, here we go. He's running, running, running. Dead. He died. Okay, perfect. We got a dead goblin there. And then after 10 seconds, they should despawn. Yes. Okay. Yep. All right. So we got some goblins. We got some garbage collection here on these goblins. And what else do we need? Guess we can also add more of these cannons and have them look like they're shooting at nothing. We got our towers defended. I guess what we could do is put like little health bars over the goblin, right? Let's do. Now I'm not very good at using UI. I don't think I've ever used. Let's try our health bar first. That would be. I've never used UI outside of the UI element, so I think if I do UI, and let's say we want an image over ourselves. I don't want it on the canvas, so I might need a new, like another camera here. Let's say, call this UI camera, and we'll tag this as untagged, I think. So what we want to do is, let's see, we want a culling, like a layer mask on it, right? Render type overlay. What we want it pointing at is culling mask, just UI, right? Nothing, just UI. And so we want it pointed here. Where's our UI? Raw image. We want it at 0, 0, 0. I don't know if this will work, but I thought, why not try it? Let's see. There's got to be a way to do this. I don't know how to do it, but I'm trying. So I guess the way we could do it is literally make our own slider. I don't like that idea though. Do we want it on the, that could be something. Is it because it's a 2D element? Hey guys, how's it going? If anyone knows how to get a UI element onto your game, that would be amazing, because that would be the coolest thing in the world. Trying to figure out how to take this, how to get like a health bar on this guy in the game, right? So instead of, I want it to move with the little characters. So what I think is, I don't want each of them to have their own like UI canvas. I don't think that that's a smart thing to do. I think I need to, I'm just trying to imagine it. Literally just like a health bar. I can make a health bar, but to put it on our guy is another story. I mean, this is basically the game. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. We got little goblins running at our guy and he's killing them. We can add some more of these. I mean, this is that. Shoot 5 at a time. They all miss. Okay, so they can't die when they're moving. They can't die when they're moving. So we should do that also. If So this is all if they're dead, they can't do that. And if they're dead, this is true also. And then also if they're dead, we want to deactivate the script. Let's deactivate. So if they die, we'll get we'll disable their movement. All right, that should be good. All right, let's see. Good thing I didn't stop there. That would have been weird. How's it going, Ramba Mamba? Mamba Ramba. Let's see. So we got that. Getting hit 1,000 times. He's still dying when he stops. Let's see if this turns off even. So we want this enemy movement to stop. He's still moving though, so we need to turn off the NavMesh agent. Get component, NavMesh agent, and we'll turn it off. That should stop him. That should stop him. And now we have a game, honestly. Let's see. Let's make sure it works. All right, there we go. Blasting these little goons. We got our shotgun spray of cannonballs. All right, cool, guys. This is a game here now. What you could do to make it better, right, or improve on it, right? So we have kind of the basic fundamentals, right? So we have a tower, it has health, and shooting, right? That's what it doesn't have is sound, right? And there, I'm not very good at sound. I'll try to find some sounds, I guess. We might, if we continue this one, then I'm down. But I mean, this is basically the tower defense game, right? I have a tower, need to defend it. There's a bunch of little goblins here. We could, I guess, if we wanted to make even more goblins, make it challenging here. We could speed up their attack time too if we wanted to. Look how many goblins there are. Too many goblins to handle now. But we got them still. See, we're targeting the first one, but I think any collateral damage still counts. So we got ourselves goblins. They're killing us. We're killing them. Let's see how much health we have left. Still have 100 health, 1,000 health left. Why is that? Because they're too far to attack us, of course. Because something broke. Let's turn off our attack and see what happens. Our target list is growing so much that definitely they should be hitting us right now. Let's turn their stopping distance down a little bit. See, I'm glad we played that because it would have been a finished game, but not really. All right, so let's see. Their stopping distance is 9 right here. NavMesh agent, it says it's 9. Let's make it. I mean, this is what we had last time, right? It kept messing up. Let's do 5. Let's see if that's good. See, the attack distance should be 10. So if they're not stopping there, there's some reason they're not stopping. Okay, he's attacking. He's attacking. And are we losing some health here? We're not losing health. Why are we not losing health? Because we're not tagged as the player. So we were cheating the whole time. That's why we were not losing health. Who knew? Let's see. You enemy. Nope, still not losing health. let's look at the enemy attack script then, I guess. Enemy attack script. What is wrong with you? This is not... Why are there so many Visual Studios open? Enemy attack script. Damage. Their damage is 25, right? If the hidden foe.collider is compared to tag player, then we are taking damage, right? Which makes me think the ray is not shooting. So let's... This is a little glitch we have in here. Let's put all this in here. Let's put all this in here, right? So we're only attacking if all that's true. And that way we can see if we start attacking, then we have... There's something wrong with this if we're not attacking. All errors. Come on. Am I missing one? Oh. Hello, inexperienced streamer on Twitch. How you doing, man? Alright, so we got this. Let's see. Our players should start losing health. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't. They aren't attacking. So that means there's something wrong with the ray that they're shooting. It's not really shooting out. Maybe their ray check position is not in. Let's see. Once we get this working, though, we will have the best tower defense game that you have ever seen in your entire life. So, enemy movement script, target list, stopping distance. Okay, let's add that to that. I don't... No? Okay, no, it's automatically doing that. Ray check transform. Alright, so let's draw, I guess, a debug ray. Let's close this. I don't know why this is open. Alright, okay, let's do a debug ray. So let's do draw dot, or what is it, debug ray, debug.draw ray, and we'll do the same ray check position, transform.forward, color.red, and that should draw the ray. We should see what's wrong. I think the attack distance might be 0. Is that what's going on? No, it's 10. Maybe make it bigger. Let's see. Let's also see the other things about it. Agent velocity is 0. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that would... Let's just see the ray first. Okay, there's a ray. I see the ray. So what is it not getting? It's not getting this collider because it's a trigger, or what? If collider.compare tag. Let's just apply that all. We have a collider. I mean, if we turn it off trigger, we're gonna start blasting our cannonballs everywhere. These guys should be attacking. As far as I know, I don't know what I did wrong, so. Let's turn off our attack. Well, whatever. We'll get there. He's not attacking. The ray is drawing. Out, hit info. Attack distance. Let's just do... What is it? Can you do like math f dot infinity? What is it here? I mean, let's see that. Must have something to do with their attack distance. Like, all the distances on this are so weird. No, it's not attacking. And not only that, we can't shoot him. So it's nothing to do with the trigger. That's a weird bug here. That it's not switching to attack mode. Let's say print. Let's see if it's even going true to this. Print hit info dot name. No, collider dot name. Right, so that should be good. Let's see if we even get there. Maybe that's something to do with the trigger. Something to do with the audio listener? Is that because of this UI camera? Let's see. So it's not hitting anything. Oh, no, that's us hitting. There's no raycast hitting. Maybe rigid body. Just put a rigid body on here. Why not? Not too late. Always love rigid bodies. I don't see why I'd need it, but it's weird that the ray is shooting out on this debug ray, but not here. Let's just give it no distance. Let's see what happens there. So if physics ray check position, I mean, should be getting the player element. Huh. This has me stumped pretty good. Maybe it has something to do with the trigger, I'm thinking, but let's turn off that. Let's say so this ray is drawing. It's just not colliding with anything, which is so weird. If attack timer is good. So the attack timer is going. Maybe let's get rid of this. Let's put that. Let's get rid of that for a second. We'll see what happens. I'm just amazed that it's not picking up this collider. Okay, range trigger player. It's the velocity thing. Okay, so it's just that. That means I can do this and still be good. It was just that. The movement check. Okay, there we go. We got our little friends here. We'll upgrade to get them all out of here. I mean, it does look like they're skating, but looking good. Oh, Oh, thanks for coming, Shannon Marie Baker. Very nice of you. All right, so I mean, this is, if you guys want to see a tower defense game, this is basically what I could come up with here in a few hours. It plays. They got these little rays coming out of them. We can get rid of those if we want. But I mean, it'll go on forever. You guys can watch this, make your own. Definitely improve upon it. What you'd want is maybe add more enemies, add upgrades for this, which is pretty simple to do. Basically, if the cannon is already there, so what I would do is loop through the cannons. If all the cannons are active, then I would kind of upgrade the cannons, so make a new kind of cannon, or turn on a script that makes them more powerful. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, a lot of different ways you could do it. Maybe you could add health bars. I could probably, I'd have to look that up, and I don't want to look that up on the stream. But there's a lot you could do. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, please. Follow me. Thank you guys for being active in chat. Thanks, Jason, for being here as well. Thank you, everyone, in fact. And then, yeah, I'm starting a monthly game jam kind of thing. So it's going to be kind of stuff like this, like genres. Pick different genres each month, and then create a game in 1 month. It doesn't have to be polished, but, you know, kind of a complete game to challenge myself, and then anyone else who wants to be involved. That's great. There's going to be 2 versions. There's going to be a free one and then a paid one, which would have a prize. I can't win the prize, so really any of the payments would go towards the prize. It would be $50 every month. So, I mean, the less that compete, the better it is for you to pay in the paid one, but you could win $50 for being a game dev. So I would take me up on that. It'd be cool. Honestly, I just really want people to compete with me, so I thought that'd be a cool way to do it. I'll be releasing more details about January's in a few days, or I'm making a video for it right now. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment, and I'll leave this on replay so anyone who wants to watch it can watch it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This week there's no podcast because of the holidays, and it was hard to get everything going. So I'm just going to relax tomorrow, probably make the video, maybe make some more games or something. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions or anything like that? How you can make I'm looking at this. I don't have a second monitor, so I just look at my chat like this every once in a while on the OBS. But yeah, so if there's not any questions, guys, thank you guys for being there. You guys, if you guys want to play this game, I guess just let me know in the comments, and I can just like upload it to my website or something. Just like make a WebGL version. There's nothing special. You just cheat, click upgrade. But I could also, just let me know and I can upload the project to GitHub as well, I guess. Yeah, whatever you guys want, just let me know and then we'll figure it out. Thank you guys for watching so much again. All right. Bye-bye.